Have you ever pondered how China, once a developing nation, has rapidly expanded its influence to become a global superpower? Our story begins in the 1980s, a pivotal decade for China. Emerging from the turmoil of the Cultural Revolution, the country embarked on a path of economic reform and opening up. The transformation was nothing short of remarkable. From an economy largely based on agriculture, China metamorphosed into an industrial powerhouse. Its GDP grew exponentially, catapulting it to the position of the world's second-largest economy. But economic growth was just the beginning. As the nation prospered, it began to look outwards. China expanded its global trade partnerships, creating a vast network across continents. From Asia to Africa, Europe to the Americas, China's trade footprint has become truly global. It's not just about exporting goods anymore. China is now a major importer, consuming vast quantities of raw materials and energy to fuel its ever-growing economy. Investments followed trade. Chinese companies, both state-owned and private, began to invest heavily abroad. They acquired businesses, bought property, and built infrastructure. These investments have not only boosted China's economic might but also extended its influence far beyond its borders. Then there's the Belt and Road Initiative, a grand scheme that aims to link Asia, Europe, and Africa through a network of roads, railways, ports, and pipelines. It's an ambitious plan that speaks volumes about China's global aspirations. But this rapid rise has not been without controversy. Critics argue that China's investments often come with strings attached, creating a debt trap for recipient countries. There are also concerns about China's growing influence over crucial global commodities and industries. These developments paint a picture of a country on the rise, a country that is not content with economic growth alone. China is leveraging its economic might to become a major player on the global stage, influencing not just economic but also political and cultural affairs worldwide. As China's economic prowess grew, so did its ambition to extend its influence beyond its borders. China's expanding influence has not been without controversy. The growing giant's territorial claims in the South China Sea have sparked tensions with neighboring nations, such as Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Brunei. These disputes are not merely about land but control over vital sea routes and potential access to valuable natural resources. Through these actions, China continues to assert its dominance and extend its influence across regions. The issue of Taiwan and China's technological advancements have furthered its global standing. China considers Taiwan an integral part of its territory, a stance that has long been a thorn in its international relations. The United States, among other nations, has shown support for Taiwan's autonomy, escalating tensions in the region. But it's not just geopolitics where China is flexing its muscles. The nation is making rapid strides in technology, particularly in areas like fifth-generation wireless systems, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. These advancements have raised eyebrows worldwide, as they could potentially give China control over global technology standards, shaping the future of information warfare. On the diplomacy front, China is not sitting idle either. It's actively forging alliances with nations across the globe, from Africa to Asia to Latin America, seeking to expand its geopolitical influence. It's a sophisticated game of chess, with every move meticulously calculated. China's technological dominance and diplomatic maneuvers are clear indicators of its growing global influence. However, China's rise to power has raised significant human rights and political freedom concerns. The spotlight is often cast on China's human rights record, which has been a subject of international criticism. The treatment of Uyghur Muslims in Xinjiang, for instance, has drawn widespread condemnation. Reports of forced labor, mass surveillance, and detainment in so-called re-education camps have ignited outrage and concern in the global community. In Hong Kong, the crackdown on pro-democracy movements has served to further strain China's relations with the West. This situation, coupled with restrictions on freedom of expression, has raised questions about the extent to which the Chinese government respects individual rights and liberties. These issues are not just domestic concerns within China. They're global concerns, given China's expanding influence and aspirations for global leadership. They have strained relations with many Western countries who are grappling with how to engage with a powerful China while upholding their own commitment to human rights and democratic values. As China's influence continues to grow, so does the scrutiny and the call for accountability for its actions.